So today we are going to be doing something I haven't done in about 2 months, and I actually thought I did it a lot. I thought I did it like a week ago, but then I was looking through my old videos and I was like, I have not done an anti-haul in 2 months. Do you know how much makeup has come out in 2 months that needs to be not bought? I do. I looked through a bunch of stuff and found a bunch of things that I will not be buying. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. Don't shoot me for this first one, but I don't think I'm going to be buying the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle Plush Matte Lipsticks. I know these came out a little bit ago. The main reason for this, number one, is that I've just decided I'm not going to be buying bullet lipsticks anymore, or like non-liquid lipsticks, because I just don't wear them. They're not something I wear. Personal preference, I've just always worn like liquid lipsticks. So cream lipsticks, I'm just not a fan of. But also with these, it's not even that the colors are weird, because the colors are cool. They have some really cool colors. And if you're into like crazy lip colors and lip art, I think these would be really cool for you. But to me, it doesn't seem like you get 0.06 ounces of product, which doesn't seem like a lot. And also they're $18. And also they just didn't spark my interest. Nothing. I feel like they didn't spark a lot of people's, because I didn't see a ton of people talking about these. If you have these, let me know down below how they are and if you like them, because I feel like they're not necessarily bad. They're just kind of like when Rihanna released like this type of stuff and like the highlighters and her whole collection, like that was big. And then I feel like these came out and it was kind of mum's the word. Nobody really talked about it. So I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that one in particular, just because, I don't know. The next thing, which I'm surprised more people aren't anti-hauling, is the Back Talk Eye and Face palette from Urban Decay. I've seen a lot of people say they want this and that this is like on their wish list. And the reason they say they like it is because number one, it's good for travel. Number two, it is like very, what's the word? They say the word. Cohesive, maybe? Pretty much like matchy. Like you could wear a matching blush with your eyeshadow and like all that. The problem is that frankly, this is incredibly overpriced. I think $46 this is more in the $30 range to me, because I don't think those eyeshadows, based on the reviews I've seen, are like out of this world amazing. And also, no tea, no shade, Urban Decay blushes are notoriously not the best blushes in the game. I think this is an interesting concept. Monochromatic. That's the word I was looking for. They're like monochromatic. And I think in a way that's kind of interesting. Like I can kind of see why that's cool, I guess. But then I look at it and I'm like, that just looks boring. I don't know. If you were like a first time, if you don't have a lot of makeup, I could see why this would be appealing. But like, let me give you a bunch of other things you could buy for the same price that I think are going to be better quality. Like I could do a whole video talking about like better drugstore things that would work better than this Urban Decay palette. So you don't really need that. And also, I no longer am buying things for travel because oh my God, I'm just sick of it. All the things I bought for travel, number one, I never travel with them. Number two, they just, like, there's no point to them because I bought them for a specific time in my life that happens maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Do I go on vacation somewhere? So I'm kind of no longer buying things for like, oh, it's compact for travel. I'm just gonna buy the things I buy and then bring what I want to bring on vacation. Does that make sense? I hope it does. This one should be obvious, and I almost didn't anti-haul this because I was like, who is gonna buy this anyway? But then I noticed a lot of people were talking about buying it, like the average consumers. I don't like almost, and I'm kind of hypocritical because I own one of the palettes and I really lusted after them. But in the past few months, Natasha Natasha eyeshadows are incredibly overrated, incredibly overpriced, and incredibly put onto people who don't actually have the bank account to support buying a palette like this. Not that they're gonna go broke or anything, but we're just average consumers. We work average jobs. We're not famous YouTubers. I'm not Angelina Jolie. I can't just drop $129 on a singular eyeshadow palette. The Natasha Denona Tropics eyeshadow palette is very cool. It's cool, I'll agree. Like the shades, I'm sure the shades are so pretty, but people are really into this bottom row of like, there's 2 greens, 2 blues, and 1 purple. And I think the top 2 rows are basically the Sunset palette. Like they're just warm neutrals. and they kind of got you with this bottom row. She's been, I don't know if you guys know this about Natasha, but she's been coming out with smaller shadows that mimic these bigger palettes. I would guess, so average consumers can buy them. They're like $25. They're a lot more reasonably priced. I would guess, and you don't have to listen to me, this isn't limited edition. It claims it is, but none of her palettes have ever been limited edition. They've all stayed, just a heads up on that. So I don't think you have to get it because it's going away. I would honestly just wait a few months if you really love those bottom row colors and just see if she happens to come out with a 5-pan. Those are, like, coincidentally, those are 5 eyeshadows. Wait to see if she comes out with a 5-pan palette that mimics the Tropic eyeshadow palette. And then if she doesn't come out with that and you still are like dying, fine. I personally think the shadows are overrated. Some people don't. I personally do. But if you really, really are buying it just because of those 5 shadows at the bottom, because of how pretty they are, like if you cover up those and the rest of the palette is boring, which, yep, it is. So just wait and see if she comes out with the 5-pan. That's my little tip for you guys. I actually would probably buy that 5-pan if she came out with something with those colors, because I do think those colors are pretty. I just don't think I would use the entire palette. And I also wouldn't use those colors enough to warrant spending $125 because I'm typically not doing green and blue and purple eyeshadow looks. Does this make sense? Okay. The next thing I'm not going to buy, the Benefit Cosmetics Gold Rush Blush. First of all, this looks like it has glitter in it, and I don't like glittery blushes. That's just first and foremost. Second of all, this looks like a blush that the top of it has glitter and then the underneath doesn't. So you're basically buying 2 different blushes, and what if you hate the way it looks without the glitter in it? Also, third of all, this California blush makes me angry. I'm doing a Project Pan 18 in 2018, and I'm trying to pan this California blush. And it's taking me, I will never buy another Benefit blush because this is just I'm gonna take that back because what if I do one day and I don't want you guys to think I'm lying to you. In the current future, I will not be buying Benefit blushes because if you already have one, you don't need another one because they take so long to finish, even to get through the little ink. I've never had this happen, even to get through the little embossment. I've been working on panning that for 3 months now and it's still not done. And this Gold Rush blush, as pretty as it is, I don't know, it just doesn't seem special to me. And especially because they are so expensive. Benefit's another one where if you really do like that, wait to get the mini because they're another brand that's been making minis of everything. And I have, all my makeup is packed, but I bought the mini Hoola bronzer and it lasted me, and that's a bronzer. That's not even a blush, that's a bronzer. And the California mini blush came out like 3 weeks after I bought this when it first came out. So it comes out shortly after. Wait to buy the Gold Rush blush until it comes out in a mini. That's a much more manageable pan size. You're paying half the price and you're not getting as much product, but you don't need as much product because you're not gonna finish the full size no matter what you do. So that's just my little tip for that one. If you really are obsessed, I'm personally not gonna get it either way because I don't really like shimmery blushes, but if that's like your jam, well, just wait till they get the mini one. That's all I'm gonna say. God, this isn't really an anti-haul. This is just like a, just wait, wait haul. The next thing I want to talk about, would it be an anti-haul if I didn't bring up my good friend Too Faced? Too Faced? Would it be an anti-haul? I don't think so. I'm going to talk about the natural face palette, but I'm also going to kind of talk about the whole like natural collection they're coming out with, which is just the same palettes they've had out for 10 years repackaged. Because I just can't with this. I used to love Too Faced. My first video I ever made, I never posted it on here, but I filmed my first video and I was like, Too Faced is my all-time favorite brand. I love them. I was like so ignorant to the world, but I was like, I love them so much. They're amazing, because I did, and I still do like the products I have from them. Like, I have no shade towards some of their products. This face palette though, it's 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and 2... maybe 3 blushes and a highlight. I can't really tell. It's not that these look bad to me. It's just kind of, I don't like that they're doing it with the other 2. I think the problem for me with this palette is not really the product, because if you want a face palette, first of all, for $44, this is again, for $44, I could recommend you, if you're willing to pay that much for a face palette, I could recommend you face palettes that are significantly going to be better in quality, that I think you would like a lot more than something like this. I think the problem I have with it is they're trying to brand it with their natural eye palettes that they've already had for so long. And it just feels like kind of forced, kind of something that was just a throwaway. Like they knew they couldn't just put out the palettes, so they needed to like rebrand it as a collection. And it feels kind of just like, if I knew that these were going to be the Too Faced like Love Blush formula, I would say, or like the Chocolate Soleil bronzer formula, I would be like, go for it. But they're not consistent with their bronzer formulas when it's not the Chocolate Soleil, and they're not consistent with their blush formula when it's not the Love Flush. They got those two right, and they have not been able to really get the other things right. So I'm just gonna pass on this one. I think the whole idea of like rebranding is kind of cool, but I don't think they needed to make a whole collection just to rebrand. Like when Kat Von D came out, this is the old Shade and Light, but she has new ones now where the packaging is like raised. She didn't come out with a whole brand new Shade and Light collection. She just, one day there was different packaging in the stores. And she like announced that they were gonna have upgraded packaging. I think to just announce upgraded packaging, totally fine. But I think to try to force it to make it like a whole collection, I don't know, doesn't sit well with me. I don't love that. Okay, this one I want really bad, and you're gonna be like, Hannah, why? The Mermaid Glitter Gel from the Be a, first of all, you'll notice the Tarte Be a Mermaid collection as a whole is not in this. And unpopular opinion, like I kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm kind of living. I kind of want to buy what I'm about to talk about, and I also really want the eyeshadow palette, and I'm not gonna put it in an anti-haul because if I do buy it, I don't want to feel bad. I don't know why. I think honestly it's because The Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney movie, and I also just love mermaids, like the concept of mermaids. I lived on a lake when I was a child, so maybe I think I'm a mermaid. I don't know, but I like the concept of mermaids, and I think the eyeshadow palette is really cute and has some cool colors in it. So I don't want to anti-haul that, even though I know that's getting anti-hauled and everyone's trashing it. I totally get where you're coming from with trashing it, but I just personally like think it's kind of cute. But I shouldn't buy this glitter gel. It's basically, I saw some of the Bora Bora vlogs, like Remy Ashton and Adeline Morin. I watched their Bora Bora vlogs, and they use these in the vlog. And it's just like a gel glitter that you like put on your face, and it looks like you have like gel glitter on. It looks like intense glitter on your face. It's not even that expensive. It is only $18. Okay, $18 is expensive, but like the only reason I want this is because I go to music festivals and I go to concerts where I would genuinely use this. But it would, because it's a gel, I know I would use it like this year, and I wouldn't be able to use it next year. And so I'm like, is $18 worth looking like a pixie at this music festival? And I just don't know the answer to that question, honestly. I could just get glitter and put it on my face, I guess, is kind of what I'm trying to rationalize with myself. But it just looks so convenient and so fun. But I shouldn't get it. That was like an anti-haul for me personally. Like somebody tell me I shouldn't get this because I want it. So I love stuff like that. Like crazy festival stuff gets me at that gimmick that brands do of like Coachella. Like that gets me every time because I am a music festival girl and I love going to them. It's the highlight of my year is going to music festivals. I'm probably going to vlog the one I'm going to in June because I just love music festivals. I have so much fun when I go. So this one I'm not gonna get. I'm just gonna get some glitter, but like, God, is that tempting for a music festival girl. Okay, the next thing is the Violet Voss Like a Boss eyeshadow palette. I have really nothing against Violet Voss. I have their Holy Grail palette and I love it. And I used to have their Drenched Metals palette, but I decluttered it to like a friend. My problem with this is a kind of a personal one and also kind of one that I think you guys can relate to. I just don't like deeper jewel toned eyeshadows. I don't think they look great on me. And the majority of this is deeper jewel toned eyeshadows. The other problem I have with this is it looks like their palette, it just looks like a mix of the Drenched Metals and the hashtag palette that just came out a couple months ago. It looks like a mix of, and the Holy Grail, like a little bit. It doesn't look like anything original, and I think Violet Voss's biggest issue is that they need to come out with smaller palettes. I think if they made more palettes like their rainbow palette that's on sale at Sephora, I might even pick that up, I think. I think when I have a little extra during the VIB sale, I might pick up the like $30, I'll insert a picture. The There's like a $30 rainbow palette. I might pick that up because I think that's really cool. And I think if they did more palettes like that where there were less colors, just all of the colors, when you have such big palettes and you have so many out already, and that's the primary thing that you put out, you can't help but kind of repeat colors a lot and repeat color theories and color schemes. And this palette definitely is like repeating things from past palettes. So yeah, I don't know. I think if you have any other Violet Voss palettes, you don't need this one. And if this is like the one that speaks to you, like by all means, they have a great formula. But this one just doesn't like call my name. This isn't speaking to me. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about, actually I didn't know existed, but now that I do, I want to tell you not to buy it in case you're like sucked in by it. So it's called the Hydrate and Glow Beauty Getaway Set Rainforest of the Sea collection from Tarte. It's $40. You get the Rainforest of the Sea. I believe it's the volume 2, it's the volume 1 or the volume 3. And then you get minis. You get a mini lipstick, a mini Drink the H2O, and a mini like spritz from their Rainforest of the Sea collection. I have a problem with this because they are just doing it. They're trying to sell you these little like trial size products that that cost them nothing to make, first of all, and also like aren't really good because they're so tiny, along with this palette. And they're trying to kind of vamp up the palette because nobody really, I think this is the 3. It has the packaging for the 3. Nobody bought Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 3. Like, that was not a popular palette. Not a lot of people bought that. And so I think what they're trying to do is to get rid of their stock of Rainforest of the Sea 3. And they're like, I know, if we put it with minis, people eat it up and we'll get rid of all, and like, because when you put something in a set and it's a value, because what's the value? I don't know what usually it says like a $300 value for $40. People like internally, that's like kind of a marketing trick. People are like, oh my God, that's such a good deal. But you don't really want, maybe you want like one thing from it, but you could just buy, if you really want the Rainforest of the Sea 3 palette, it's $36. And you're paying $4 extra to get but you probably don't, because if you really wanted it, you would have got it in the first place. I just don't like box sets like this where it's very evident they're just trying to get rid of stock. They're not actually like trying to give you a deal or put together things people loved. Like the favorite Sephora boxes, the Sephora favorites they do in Christmas, I love because it's genuinely really good stuff that people love. This Rainforest of the Sea 3 is not something anyone loved, and these little minis are just not necessary. They're just trying to get rid of stock and trick you by thinking you're getting a bargain. So no. The final thing I want to talk about is the Sephora Pro Pigment Palette in Metallic. Again, personal preference, I don't like deeper metallic foil shadows. They're just not my favorite eyeshadow to play with. But on top of that, I did a review on my channel, and I guess I'll link it, but it was a few months ago, of the Brights palette of this. It was the same. It was 6 shadows of like Brights. I wish all my makeup wasn't packed because I would just pull it out for you guys. But I stand by my review because I did like the palette, and I do think for $20 you got really, really high quality eyeshadows and really fun different eyeshadows. The problem is I have not used it since giving that review. And also, it just, first of all, it's so small, and I put it with my other palettes, but it kind of gets eaten by them. And also, like, these colors, you have like an ice blue and then a gold, and then it's all shimmer shades, and then a bright pink, a bright green, a bright orange, and a bright, like, a darker blue. And the green isn't like a bright green. It's like a muted pukey green. None of these colors seem necessary to a collection, unless it's like the colors you like to do, I guess. But they're not even it's not even like a cohesive theme to the colors. It just kind of feels very random, very forced, a little bit weird. The reason that the Brights palette made sense was because they had that bigger Sephora Pro palette that had all those bright colors in it. So it felt like, similar to the Natasha Natasha, like those mini ones, it felt like you were getting a mini version of that big one if you didn't need all of those colors. This doesn't feel like it has a purpose because Sephora doesn't have a big metallic palette that got amazing reviews. These just seem like random, weird. You couldn't do anything cohesive. If you pulled this out, it would be for one shade. You couldn't even mix any of these shades of glitter. Maybe the pink and the orange and the blue and the green, but even then it would be kind of forced. Like, this kind of just seems like a physically one trick pony where you could only use one shadow at a time. And I just don't think you would reach for it. So as tempting as a $20 deal is, I just don't think that's worth it. So, all right, you guys, that was my video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're here watching me. I love you guys so much. I'm so happy I got to just vent about some makeup that I didn't like, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Wow, I hope I didn't have butthole lip the whole video. That would be embarrassing. Bye.